there's somebody watching who's from another planet, let's introduce ourselves, starting over here.
I'm Danny. I'm Donnie Wahlberg.
Jordan Knight.
Joe McIntyre.
And I'm John Knight.
Nice jacket.
Yeah. Everyone was just telling me on the whole set. He wore this a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, but it's a good thought that comes with that jacket. When we were talking about the first time you all were here, I started reminiscing. You all have come a long way. This is like the third appearance.
Yeah.
Remember that,
from
man?
that first appearance.
Yeah. Was that tough for you guys?
It was because, it was an important show for us. And at the time, we were just like, we're on the show. It seemed so crazy.
What it was is we rose up so quick to fame and to be on a show like this.
Don't stop.
No, seriously.
With the fans, you know how they love you. What is the most bizarre thing a fan has done?
There's so much stuff that they do. It's really like...
Did somebody dress up like Michael Jackson or something to try to get to you all?
No, surprisingly, there was one of our few dude fans, And yesterday at the show, he was trying to pose as Danny's brother. And he was just saying that he wanted to, everyone thinks he's his brother and stuff like that. So there.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Some girl the other day came up and said she was
Yeah, she worked for Arsenio Hall. That's right.
She worked for you.
Yeah.
Said she
had
needed
a
questions.
clipboard and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, trying to get onto her.
We said, all right, we'll see you Tuesday then.
So we see pretty bizarre stuff like that.
She was like 14 with a clipboard.
We had a whole row of headbangers the other day, real heavy metal dudes. They was in the second row at our show, and it was crazy. I mean, it was crazy, because we would go out there on stage, and there's these like 6 dudes with long hair and beards and leather jackets, and they're just banging their head the whole show. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
What was it like when you all worked the Apollo?
And that was like incredible, because I mean, the mystique of the Apollo is so, Luther Vandross didn't do too good at the Apollo, you know what I'm saying? At his very first appearance at the Apollo. And I mean, anyone who goes to the Apollo, the history of the Apollo is bigger than really the history of any artist who's played there. That building itself and the crowds there is like, is a bigger legend than anyone who's even played there. So to play there and to be one of your first shows and play there in front of that tough of a crowd and to do well, it's like the ultimate challenge, and to come through, it feels like winning the Super Bowl.
It's like letting you through the door if you can make it there.
Yeah.
They were real warm?
Yeah.
Because Sinbad was talking about it the other night. He was saying, if you get through an Apollo audience, then you really in show business.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, man.
We keep interrupting you.
It's your show.
What were you doing pre-New Kids?
I was, when I was real young, I used to sing in the church choir. I was like just basically a, break dancer,
What kind of church were you going to?
Episcopal. Everyone says, was it gospel church?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
John was working at Burger King supporting his brother.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Anybody got steady girlfriends?
No.
No, wait a minute. Now, I know it's hip for show business people to say they don't have somebody so they can keep people applying.
Right.
But the love bug will bite. Now, somebody here is in love.
It will bite.
Nobody's in love right now?
I think we've all been in love, but
Yeah.
no one at this time.
Wait a minute.
John.
They all said John.
Yeah, John.
Everyone thinks John and Tiffany got something going on, but they ain't nothing
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
over.
Wait, Johnny said that's over.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you? I thought it was me and Tiffany. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, seriously, no one at this time.
Okay.
It's getting hot in here.
Okay, let's turn up the heat, make it even hotter.
Let's do that.
There's a lot of controversy always surrounding the group. There's always this lip sync issue knocking at the door. Now, I know what the deal is because of this particular show, you know, and we don't allow people to lip sync here. How has it affected you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it affects us in one sense. It doesn't affect us because we know what we do. You know, we know that we're not lip syncing when we do a concert. You know, we're not lip syncing. So in that sense, we you know, it doesn't bother us. But like any other person, I mean, when you pick up every newspaper and it says, oh, the new kids, you know, they lip sync and this and that, and when you know that you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute. I mean, of course, there's a time in your career when you do lip sync. I mean, some TV shows, just like you won't let people lip sync, some shows don't let people sing. Like the Party Machine, you know.
Yeah, that's true because it's cheaper to lip sync. Right. But when they come here, the brothers from Beantown must sing.
But if anyone is planning on coming to our concert, you know, the No More Games tour, whatever, we guarantee you there is no lip syncing in our show.
And the band, I mean, a lot of people don't lip sync, but, you know, their band is, like, hooked up with a tape. I mean, we don't even use a tape for our band.
We had somebody come here and brought a model to play bass because he wanted the bass player to be fine or something. And I took her to dinner, but I said, you can't play bass, baby. You cannot play bass. The song Games, who wrote it?
I wrote a lot of it with the help of Maurice Starr.
Yeah.
More of the, like, street vibe.
Let's take a quick commercial and come back and talk about some of the things that you all are going through and what brings that song to your camp. We'll be right back with New Kids on the Block. Okay, let's talk about the song because the song must express some things that you're feeling.
Definitely. I think really what the song symbolizes is just our desire to not let anyone dictate our future. You know, I mean, you pick up newspapers, you look on TV, and ever since we came out, people have tried to compare us, like, to the Osmonds and, you know, to the Beatles and to all these groups and, you know, teen sensations, whatever. You know, I mean, you know, we respect all those artists from before, but, you know, we're here in 1990 trying to do our thing. And if we're a fad, you know, if we're going to be dead in a year, then let us decide that. We don't need no 40-year-old rock critic, you know, telling us that we ain't going to make it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so really, what the song is, it's just taking a stand. You know, I mean, every time you pick up a tabloid, whatever, it's always something about the new kids, something about the new kids. And we finally said, hey, we had enough. It's time to let everyone know that we dictate what we do.
Speaking of tabloids, what did they said you had a sex change or something like that? What is that? Did you read that?
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. I mean, dealing with that is a trip, man.
When we see the things, we try to, you know, brush it off and laugh at it, but it really does hit home because we are real people, you know. But, you know, our fans, they don't believe it, so they make it all the better.
Wow. What do you say to the people who have been talking a lot about you trying to change your image?
It's not really so much of trying to change an image. It's just, you know, living in the 1990s, it's like TV is so strong and everything is so strong. And living in America where people are always, you know, they get these closed minds and that's it. I mean, America is a great country, don't get me wrong, but, you know, so many times in America, people just, you know, with stereotypes and everything, they hear something on TV or on the radio and they just say, zip, that's it. You know, I believe that. That's what I believe, you know. And it's like, you know, a lot of people besides the fans, you know, they know what we're all about. They know that, you know, what we do now is what we've always done, you know, and they understand that. The people who don't know, you know, the people who just, you know, see us briefly on TV and stuff or just look at the phenomenon, they're like, oh, you know, they're just mush and they're just little kids and they don't really understand what we're trying to get across and the positive message that we're trying to get across and where we come from and where we're trying to go. You know, people don't understand that. People who are ignorant to the New Kids on the Block don't understand that because they've never taken the time to try to understand New Kids on the Block. They've just closed their minds to it. You know? If that makes sense.
You know, it seems like with you guys, there's no gray area. It's either black or white. I've seen shows where they mention New Kids and people will boo. Yet I've seen people, oh, yes. And I've seen this group tonight that's here sleep out. When you got here, you know. But how does it, okay. But how does it affect you when you're hearing people boo like that?
Well, I think, you know, there's a lot of groups out there that I don't like, but I won't dog them. I won't talk bad about them. We're all in the same business. We're all doing the same thing. You know, we're doing what we want to do, so they can go ahead and do what they want to do. And I think because so many people love us, that's why a lot of people hate us. You know, it's like they both make it more to the extreme. Like, because everyone loves us, that gives people, like, we hate them because everyone loves them. That's the only reason, because everyone loves us, so everyone hates us.
If people, it's rough sometimes, like when we went to the American Music Awards, we got booed. You know, when we came out, we got booed. Yes.
Yeah, it was mixed, you know.
But then when we finished, there was no more boos. So.
The way I see that, though, again, to me, I see that as people who ain't trying to understand something. You know, the people who are booing, I mean, I don't like liver, but I don't run around saying, you know, I hate liver, you know what I'm saying? I don't run around, you know, so it's like the people who boo us at the American Music Awards are just people who are trying not to understand what we're trying to get across. But, you know, we got it across, and we got it across right to them, and they didn't boo when it was over, you know what I'm saying?
The funny thing about it is that, you know, the more people boo you and the more they try to put you down, the more you're gonna try to get more on top. So the people, they shouldn't go around saying they hate us, because that's just gonna make us want to stick around and do 10 times better, and they're gonna have to put up with us 10 more years.
The thing you have to look at is that, you know, you just gotta respect each other and listen and look without prejudice. And if you don't like us after you look, then that's fine. But don't boo for no reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell them Joe.
Yes. Actually, when you and I were talking before the show, he was telling me about the whole sex change rumor and everything, and how we have to deal with this being in a fishbowl. The one thing that's not a rumor that I had heard about was that you have a black brother.
Yes, that is true.
I figured, you know, because I was like, yeah, the sex change thing, and then the black man being your brother and all that. They said, no. We have a black brother. Why don't you tell him about that?
Well, he's our brother. He's been around longer than we have.
In our family, yeah.
You know,
He's been part of our family longer than we have.
and actually the tabloids wrote something about that. Said that we tried to hide him and stuff, but I mean, it don't matter what color my brother is. He's my brother. I love him just the same.
The relationship between you all, is the guy's name Maurice Starr?
Yeah.
Now, he discovered the group?
Well, he put us together. We all grew up together. I've known Donnie and Danny since we were 6. We all went to elementary school together. So I'd say Donnie pretty much put us together with Maurice's help. Donnie was like the link between us.
The lady named Mary Alfred found Donnie, and then Donnie found us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, now I won't mention no names, but one of y'all was quoted. Right?
It wasn't me.
Saying that he takes more credit than he deserves and that he was the A word in TV.
Just to mix it up, the person talking didn't say that, but no.
Oh, so that was a misquote?
I believe so. But it's just that it goes along with that image of, like, we're puppets and this and that. I mean, Maurice is great. He's creative, and without him, we wouldn't be here, along with, Dick Scott, our manager. We have a great team. And to get to a certain level, you got to have all the things, And Maurice was a great part. But a lot of people just want to give him all the credit.
Right.
So,
But
we don't.
Also, without us, Maurice Starr would
Right,
be here.
right,
Yeah.
It works both ways. We did it together. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but we don't want to break that relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's not a point. We don't want to take it to a point where we let, you know, the non-believers say, yo, Maurice or this. You know, we want to keep it as a family because we love Maurice, we respect Maurice, and he's like family to us, and we want to keep that relationship strong and stick together because without him or us, you know, none of us would be here, you know, being successful right now and getting out what we got to get out.
Yeah. We were talking once about your opinions of New Edition, and you all have a lot of respect for them, who is also an act that Maurice.
I mean, basically, they paved the way for groups like us and, you know, Force MDs and Troop and all groups like that, Hi-Fi and all groups like that, because they came out after the Jacksons and the Osmonds and kind of rekindled the flame. You know, everything comes around again in the music business.
Yeah.
And they just came around like the Jacksons 5, and with the success they had, it was through that Maurice met us, and we all...
And they're still going.
Oh, wait, gotta take a commercial. Gotta take a commercial.
got
Thanks for
5
coming
seconds.
back again. Yeah, 5 seconds. Thanks for coming back again. I appreciate it, and
Yeah.
we got to deal with it all.